Welcome back. How are we guys doing? I hope all of us are okay. How are we following the lessons? I believe we are practicing and getting better at what we do. Now, we are talking about filtering, right? So, um, for the sake of this lesson, we are going to be going back a few steps. So, we are familiar with this point where we have sorted and what we want to do now is to apply a filter. I want to see those that scored maybe 70% and above, those that got an A. I think A by standard is 70% and above. So let's look at that. So I'm going to come here. I'm not using the sort now. I'm going to use filter. When I click on filter, I'm going to click on the this little arrow. This it's the filter icon, the arrow. Yeah, it appears, right? I'm zooming in so that we can see it clearly. Look at it just by the bottom right of the distance of the cell. So when I click on it, I can decide to manually, you understand, uh, I'll just decide to manually select what I want, 70 and above, and I'll keep on clicking and clicking and clicking all the possible ranges that are above 70. Right now, remember that this is their average score. This is their average score. So, but that's looking so bogus. That's another manual way of doing it. So after clicking all those things, I'll go and click OK. But let's see what happens. I want to sort number filter equal to, does not equal to, greater than. That's what we want, right? So anything, so we are looking for 70 and above, right? So I'm going to use greater than 69.9. Do you get 69.9? So I think we are close to, just to make it more accurate, I duplicate the 9 to become 0.99999 the rest of them. Or I can come here and use greater than or equal to. So this is the best description. I can now put 70 here, right? I click OK. It does the sorting. If I scroll down, everything that is not up to 70 is knocked off, right? Like you can see where this stops. All these ones are hidden because they are not up to 70. That's exactly what filter does. I can decide to also see below that. So you have equal to, maybe a specific average. You have greater than or does not equal to. You can decide to say those that didn't get 100%, and nobody got 100% here. So you can decide to see greater than. You can decide to see greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or is between some numbers. Let's use this between. Let me assume I want to use is greater than or equal to people that passed. I want to just do people that passed now, because if you didn't pass, I'll just save it out. So let me assume that the pass mark is 50. So it's greater than or equal to 50, and it's less than or equal to 100, right? And I'm going to click OK. Now I don't know, but it sorts it again. This is not going to be conspicuous. So in order to make it conspicuous, let's see. Let me see this my data range and see. I don't know if somebody got below 50, but let me select all. Let's clear all those selections. Okay, so the lowest mark here is 52. Average mark is 52. So that sort is going to work, but then it's not applicable to our data. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to make it, let's see those that got between 50 and 60, right? So let me use between. So is greater or equal to, that's what is the lowest benchmark. So I'm going to put 50, and then what is the highest benchmark? I'm going to put 60, right? And I'm going to click OK. There's it. Triple are within that range. So that's what this thing is calling out now. Triple are within that range. I want to clear the filtering. I'll just select all, or I can just use clear average filter. Now see another one. You want to sort numbers, and you want to sort, just want to display the top 10. Click on it. Show top 10 items. Yeah, let me use items, and I click on OK. This is the top 10 people. Remember that we have already gotten the average of all these guys. So this is the top 10. This is what they scored. You understand? So this is very, very interesting. So you can sieve in quite different number of ways. It doesn't respect how this is sorted, right? It doesn't respect how that is sorted. So it goes ahead to analyze all the data and still give you whatever it wants to give you. If you say what is who and who are below the class average, the class average maybe is the average performance of everybody in the class. So who and who are below average, it calculates it immediately. How do you know that this is true? Let's try and calculate the class average first, and then we now do this sieve again. The class average is going to be the average of all the average scores. So let's do average. I didn't put equal to, sorry. Let's do average of from here down to the very end of the list. I hope my selections are okay. Yeah, correct. I hit enter. Now the class average is 70.87 or 88. So let's sieve that again and see those that are below average. Let's see what it will show us. Below average. So you say every person that is you are seeing 70.6. Remember that our own was 70.88. You see, so all the people that are displayed here are below the class average. Are you seeing it? So the highest I've seen here is 70.7, but the average is 70.88. So that's just the reason. So what of those that are above average? You also click on above average and it appears, right? So you have all those things lined out. So these are the different ways and patterns of which through which you can both filter a data to select anything you want. You can decide to check those that are above average in any of the subjects, right? Okay, let's use maths for an example. I want to know people that got the top 10 in maths. I can just put top 10 in maths and I click on enter. Look at it. Every person that is the lowest among the top 10 is 97. And that's very interesting what insight you can get from all these things. So I think I'm going to cut it here. And we are now getting into the deep parts of Excel where you really need to practice. If you don't practice this on your own, you may just listen and then it may make sense, but it may not stick. So I encourage all of us to practice and let's see how it goes. Thank you very much for your time and see you in the next one.